Could Cam Newton become the next superstar HBCU coach? Carl Reed's got me thinking here. I like what he's putting. I'm picking up what he's putting down. Let's talk about it after the bumper. What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. Here with the Victory Formation. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button, hit that share button, subscribe. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. So please, please, please hit that subscribe button on Jeff Lightsy YouTube. That is Jeff Lightsy YouTube. And also for the Facebook gang. Facebook, shout out to y'all. It's Jeff Lightsy Sports on Facebook. But today, we're here to talk about something that I heard via a 24/7 sports analyst. Now, we know when it comes to the national pundits on the ESPN and Fox Sports, 24/7, all these different pundits, they typically are trying to find a way to promote Coach Prime, I use that lightly, promote Coach Prime to a Power 5 job. But on this certain segment of 24/7 on their YouTube channel, and I'm going to show it, they were talking about who could be the next superstar, or these are the words I'm using. This is not the words they used, but they were like the next superstar HBCU football coach. And Carl Reed, who is a contributor over there, he works for 24/7 Sports. I think he's a former high school coach. He does a really good job, pulls in a lot of like non-mainstream YouTubers, bloggers, pundits, reporters, or whatever they want to call themselves onto his platform. I've seen King Clark on there, BJ Jones, Light on College Sports, Jonathan's been on there. So he pulls in a lot of the people that's really doing out here, doing all of the dirty work, and he puts them on his platform and gives them a little spotlight. So I respect that. Shout out to Carl Reed. He even follows me on Twitter. Shout out to Carl Reed, man. Good dude. And he threw out a name that I hadn't heard before, but that makes a lot of sense. So let me go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to listen to Carl Reed talk about who he thinks could be the next superstar college football coach, HBCU college football coach. This is fair use. This is coming from the 247 Sports YouTube channel, so fair use. But let's take a listen to Mr. Carl Reed.
All right, Carl, you have a great story up right now on 247sports.com about Deion's impact on HBCUs and Black coaches. So if he were to leave Jackson State, how would that impact the HBCU landscape as a whole? Is there a next man up?
So first of all, you love how they say, if he were to leave, because that's everybody's favorite thing. But Carl actually flips this on its head, and I like a lot, the direction that he went with this. Let's take a listen.
It will leave a huge void. But I think that what you have to look at, whether you're Jackson State if Deion leaves, or if you're any HBCU school right now, looking at your head coaching opening, and you want to bring the same type of excitement that Deion brought, you have to get on the phone, and you have to get on the phone with his agent, and you have to go set up a meeting with Cam Newton. Ooh. Cam Newton, in my opinion, is the guy who can bring a similar excitement to HBCU football for the same reasons that Deion did. Number one,
I like it a whole lot. Let's listen to why he thinks it's a good idea. But I like this a whole lot. Let's listen.
His brother played at Howard. His brother was the quarterback at Howard. You see Cam Newton here at the Howard University homecoming. Cam Newton is also a major fixture on the youth football circuit with Under Armour. Cam Newton has one of the top.
Cam is a major fixture on the youth circuit. That is big. Travis Hunter went through Cam Newton's camps down there in Georgia. Kevin Coleman played through Cam Newton's camps throughout the circuit. That's a big one. Recruiting is key. Let's keep listening.
Top 7-on-7 programs in the nation. Many of the top 4- and 5-star kids in the country over the last several years have played for the Cam Newton All-Stars. He also coaches that team. He's out there coaching the kids. He's out there calling the plays. He's been very accessible. Current Jackson State freshman and top 100 recruit Kevin Coleman out of St. Louis, Missouri, played for the Cam Newton All-Stars as well. I think you go sit down with Cam, you make your pitch, and you put something strong on his mind. He recently partnered with Overtime Elite, another opportunity to bring the top players and the top programs together. Cam Newton, in my opinion, is the next guy. If I was the SWAC commissioner, if I was the AD and president of any HBCU, I would be trying to get a meeting with Cam Newton and see if I can get him to hang the cleats up and grab his whistle and come to my HBCU.
Okay, I like it, Carl Reed. I actually love it, Carl Reed. I don't just like it, I love it. This is an amazing idea. This is one of the best. See, these are the type of conversations I like to have. This is the type of dialogue that I like to see. This is not just about, oh, when Prime leaves. When is Prime leaving? When is he going to Georgia Tech? When is he going to Auburn? When is he going to blah, blah, blah? Man, forget all of that, man. Let's think about who can be the next Prime. Let's think about who can come in and add to this, right? Like, because now folks are going to get to saying, oh, there's no competition. He's blowing out everybody. He's doing this, he's doing that. Well, let's see if we can, first of all, continue to build the programs and the coaches. And I don't want to fire anybody. That's the thing I want to make sure I want to make clear. All 12 spots, well, 11 of the 12 spots in the SWAC are taken up. So I don't want to fire anyone. So that's not what I'm here to do. UAPB has an opening, but I don't think Cam wants to go there. So I don't want to fire anybody in SWAC. I don't want to fire anybody in the MEAC. That's what I don't want to do, because that's not fair to those coaches. They work hard. That's not fair to those players. They work hard, et cetera, et cetera. But Cam Newton, Superman Cam, come on, y'all. Let's think about why this makes a whole lot of sense. Carl pointed it out. His connections to the youth circuit is a big one. The fact that he can recruit. The fact that Cam is the culture. Cam, just like in a similar way, maybe not to the extent, but whatever you want to say. But Deion played in the 80s and 90s. His prime was in the 80s and 90s. Cam's prime was in the 2010s, right? And Cam, just like Prime did during his time, a more recent time that is, brought hip-hop to the NFL. He was swag. He brought the outfits. He brought the dances. He did the Superman. He won an MVP. He went to a Super Bowl. He won a national championship in college. He won a Heisman Trophy. Cam Newton, he was a quarterback, so he's damn sure smart. No matter what folks want to make you believe, he was a quarterback, so he's very smart. He knows football because he was a quarterback and a starter in this league for almost a decade, right? Like, Cam is the perfect candidate for any big-time opening. Now, here's the thing. Cam, unlike Prime, when he took the job at Jackson State, he was in his 50s, right? Like, he was in his 50s. Prime, unlike Cam, his kids were grown for the most part, relatively grown. I mean, I think his youngest daughter's a freshman in college. So Prime was at a different stage of his life when he decided to take over the program at Jackson State. Cam Newton's in his 30s. Cam Newton's babies are actually babies. Cam Newton still feels like he should be in the NFL right now. Now, whether he'll get that chance again, I don't know. Honestly, I don't think so. But that is what it is. And Prime being in his 50s, and Prime being the fact that his kids were relatively grown and they're all on campus with him now, was able to relocate, at least during the season, from Texas to Mississippi. Cam is based out of Atlanta. And would he be willing to relocate with little babies, because he has small children, be willing to relocate during the season from Atlanta, because he's based out of Atlanta, to wherever this potential opening would be? Those are the only hindrances. Like, that's the only real backlash, or not necessarily backlash, but things that'll make you think like, that's probably why it wouldn't make sense. But boy, oh boy, if he would want to make it work, you want to talk about a shot in the arm. You got one shot in the arm when Deion Sanders joined your conference. And you got a little pat on the back with Hugh Jackson. But if you got Cam Newton in the same conference, or damn just the same conference, if you got Cam Newton at an HBCU, Cam Newton is the culture. Cam Newton is Black people. Cam Newton, and he's been seen at Howard for homecoming. He's been seen at Tennessee State for their homecoming. He's been taking these tours. He's got a vlog. He's big on social media. He was on all the commercials at one point. He's a businessman. He's got cigar bars in Atlanta. Like, he knows what it takes from the high school level. He went to high school. He's a top recruit. had to transfer. He went JUCO, won a national championship. So he knows the JUCO route, can relate to JUCO players, can relate to players. Then he went back SEC, big time Power 5 football, won a national championship, won a Heisman Trophy, got in some controversy, right, with his Heisman Trophy. So he's been through the trials and tribulations as a player and can relate directly to the top level high school recruits in any kind of situation that you could go through in college. Cam's been through it, so he can relate directly to the kids. And boy, oh boy, with his mind and his ability, we presume that he would be able to do to recruit, and the sponsors he would be able to bring into said university, to said football program that would want to sponsor a team that is head coached by Cam Newton. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, would this be fun. This would be something that would continue to elevate the platform. This would be something that continue to elevate these universities. This would be something that would continue to push the narrative forward that HBCUs are the place to be. Cam Newton at an HBCU. Now, realistically, we would have to think, right? Because I list you some of the things that you would have to consider, or that Cam Newton would have to consider if this is something he want to do. And this is not something we know nothing about. Carl Reed doesn't have any inside access. I don't have any inside access. This is just a hypothetical, right? Who could be the next superstar HBCU coach? And Cam Newton, if he was interested, we don't know if don't think he's interested, right? This is just like a hypothetical. But if he was interested, yeah, he could do it. He could do it. Him. 6'5", 240, Superman, NFL MVP, Heisman Trophy winner, national champion at the JUCO end at Auburn. Yeah, he could do it. But would he want to? It's the ultimate question, man. It's the ultimate question, because if he decided he did, oh my God, Cam Newton coming to the conference, because guess what? You know he's going to give you, just like Prime does every week, you know he's going to give you something to talk about. You know he's going to give you the perfect soundbite. You know he's going to say, do whatever to maybe rub somebody the wrong way, or to maybe continue to give praise to what's already being done in the space. You know he's going to be able to draw attention, especially if his teams are good. Now, his teams would have to go out and perform on the field. His teams are good to get things like game day and GMA, similar to what Coach Prime is doing right now at Jackson State. The only thing is what job could be appealing enough to lure a guy like Cam Newton? Not a guy like Cam Newton, to lure a Cam Newton. What could you do? What program, and what could the program do to lure a Cam Newton? Once again, that's just if he's interested. We don't even know if he's interested. But if he was, what program could do it, and what would they have to do to lure a Cameron Newton to their program as the head football coach? Man, oh man. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Please, please, please leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Cam Newton, could he be the next superstar HBCU football coach? My name is JeffLightsYJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsYJr YouTube. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so share the video, subscribe to my channel. We bring you all kinds of content just like this. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out. Once again, my name is JeffLightsYJr with the Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Peace.